Welcome back, insiders. Today was a bit crazy. We had roughly 6 new top gainers popping up, and I didn't know what we were going to trade. And I was a little bit worried because I was thinking to myself, this is one of those days where there's too much going on. We also have interest rates coming out at 2 p.m. We had former gappers running, so I was like, oh, volume is going to be spread out. I did a little bit of trading on LYT pre-market, but I wasn't sold. And then around 9 a.m. we got CNXA pop up, and that's when things got really interesting. So in today's recap, I want to talk about CNXA, specifically the open trades I did on it and why I knew I should have been sizing more. I think there's tons of values and good lessons we could take out of those open trades. I also want to talk about a little bit of a silly wick that happened on MINM. We all love to see those. And then the opportunity I spotted on GHSI, and that's when I pivoted away from CNXA, which, you know, CNXA kept on rallying. I mean, you could see how crazy this ticker was. I'll quickly throw it up on the second screen so you can see it even better and in the real time. You can see we did just have a huge flush on it. We were talking about in our Discord, should we trade this one again? But I think we all had a feeling that it was probably a bit extended, so I think we did a good job there avoiding it. So let's start with CNXA, the beautiful ticker to end the month with, and here we go. So this is pre-market. Check out this 5-minute candle right here. This is looking really good. I wish I was a bit more attentive to that, and we right now 2 minutes before the market opens. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit here, and let's see. Okay, here we go. 20 seconds, and then boom, market opens. And we did have an initial pop, but 5-minute setup is looking really good. And I start sizing in here on this morning panic, looking for that move higher because we have a 5-minute pullback. I'm looking for that new high. I'm only on with 9,000 shares right now. I should be on with 20,000 shares. And looking back, I was really frustrated with myself about this, and I knew I was messing up. I should have been way more aggressive. So I take some profits, make quick $300. So I'm happy about that. Here I'm reducing my volume a little bit because different trading environment, and I didn't want everyone to be hearing my trades. So I was looking for a quick pullback because sometimes these things are really wicky, especially these sub dollars. This is where it gets a lot more interesting. And let's see it. So it's not really pulling back, but I don't want to buy it high because I know if I buy it high, I could be down 10% really quickly. Volume is nice though. Check out that 4 million volume candle right below. And at this point, I realize, oh man, I'm making a mistake. This is a really good ticker. So I'm inching up my limit orders, hoping I'm going to get a pullback. But this is, again, where I'm making a little bit of a mistake. What I should have done was really size into that morning panic, 20,000, 30,000 shares, and then start sizing out on the way up. Obviously, hindsight is always 20/20, and some reasons you don't do that is because you don't want to get caught in the massive flush of too big size either. But the 5-minute chart, and that's why I wanted to emphasize the 5-minute chart at the beginning, on the bottom left you'll see, was just so strong. So here I'm still a little bit cautious, although look, it's only 1 minute after the market opens, almost 2 minutes, and we're having a beautiful 5-minute breakout. So I'm looking for that micro 1-minute pullback right now, and here it is. Here's the micro 1-minute pullback. I realize it. I start sizing in, but only, again, 10,000 shares. So, and then I quickly close because I'm like, oh man, this could easily pull back again. So I'm really cautious. I'm way more cautious than I should be on a ticker that is doing everything we want, especially with 4 million share size. So, you know, shame on me for not really stepping it up, because these are the opportunities we're waiting for, and this is when you should really be punching it. Oh, looking at this in hindsight, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit painful. So I kind of keep doing the same thing where I'm just looking for those pullbacks, and at this point, it never pulls back as much as I expect. And let me tell you, I missed some big opportunities. Here you could see for a second, I put my limit order out there, but nope, I don't know why I'm not trading off this 9 EMA. It's a little frustrating, and it just keeps grinding higher. I keep thinking we're gonna see a bigger pullback to 45. So I'm just way too conservative on this ticker. It is what it is, but here we don't even really pull back. We're still grinding on the 9 EMA. I'm waiting for that pullback, but guess what? It never happens. And then we just rip to new highs. And this is where I start trying to chase again. And whew, I'll tell you what, this was so crazy here because we were talking to Discord like, oh, CNXA is a little bit extended. And literally as we're saying that, this ticker just explodes. Let's look at that volume again. Ready? Boom, huge orders going through. Look at that. Wow. 50,000 shares right there. Another 20,000. 15, 20, 30. Yeah, it's going quick. And at this point, I just knew I kind of messed up on it, and I'm a little bit disappointed in myself. I'm looking now again for a pullback that never happens. I thought we are going to have a stronger pullback. Again, doesn't happen. And this ticker ultimately just continues and continues and continues. And I am only up 500 on it, thinking to myself, what the heck? You know, this was beautiful right here. This was like a 30% move. So I'll show you guys what the actual chart looks like. So let's go over to CNXA, and you'll see right now I didn't do any more trades on it. I'm up 500 on this one. I'm up 700 on the day. I was up like 850, then I gave back on MINM, which I should have done better on, but I was a little bit late to the party. We'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, let's just go to CNXA. Look at this nasty flush here. Yeah, that was almost 30% flush. Really, really strong. So yeah, unfortunately did not size up more in this area, but it is what it is. Pre-market, I could have maybe traded it. But again, I was coming in a little bit late. I saw it though. I was watching this front side and 120% move. I mean, I probably should have been doing something, that's for sure, especially on this nice pullback. It was called out really early on in the Discord. Shout out to Omar Sharif for calling out CNXA in the Discord. And that was roughly at 9:11 a.m. So yeah, I remember looking at this one. There was tons of time to buy this pullback, the first initial pullback. I really wish I traded this one. This was again like a 20 to 30% move. So shame on me for not getting more aggressive on CNXA, but you know, but yeah, sometimes they run away from you, slip through your fingers a little bit. It is what it is. And just looking over at LYT, yeah, this ticker just popped up. I was thinking about even trading this one just now, but yeah, it's a little bit scary at this time of day, and for sure the easy moves are behind us, I would definitely argue. LYT, I did a little bit of a pullback trade here, but I absolutely fumbled. I literally bought this with like 5 bananas worth of share size, and you know, this was beautiful though. I literally had a perfect entry and a perfect exit. I made like over 15% on this, and so this was really solid. I just again didn't have size. Let me talk about MINM. This ticker was pretty interesting, and then we'll follow up with GHSI, which had a beautiful opportunity on it. A little bit tricky to trade, but beautiful opportunity. So this was actually the last ticker I traded. Before I traded GHSI, that's what we'll talk about in a second, but I just want to show you guys how ridiculous this is. Don't you hate it when this happens? So look at this. I like the setup. I like the 5-minute breakout. I start putting in limit orders any second now, and this is a really nice 1-minute pullback. And then look at this. I got some orders, nothing too big. But look at this. Is this TOS, or is this just the market makers messing with us? I don't know what it is. And look at here. Look at the chart look at the candle. Oops, I'm scrolling out. Boom, instantly there was a wick and I didn't get filled. That happens so much on TOS when you put limit orders on the bid and you're just sitting on the bid waiting for a breakout. I can't tell you how many times that happens. I do get a little bit of a pop here and it pops back up, make a little bit of profit, made 55 bucks, and I was up to like 100 something bucks on MINM, so really, really small, just a bunch of scratches, and I didn't really get size. And then I gave it back on the backside. Yes, shame on me. I gave it back on the backside. This is the trade you guys saw just now. And then I waited all the way for a touch of VWAP, a little bit early actually. I was waiting at around the 50s. I didn't think we were going to break the 50s, and we did. I stopped out. It bounces up eventually. So this is actually where I gave back. So shame on me for trading backside. If I want to make more money, guys, you know how it goes. If you want to make more money, trade bigger size when it's good. Don't over trade and stick around. That's not how you make more money. You make more money sizing into the good setup. So, you know, between 9:10 today and 10 a.m. was some amazing setups. That's where I could have, you know, made my $2,000-$3,000. Not sticking around right now where we're just getting disgusting flushes on everything from CNXA, you know, huge nasty flush here, to LYT, what you guys just saw, big nasty flush there. You know, that's not really where you make more money. That's always something I'm trying to keep in the back of my mind. You make more money by sizing into the good setups, not over trading. So luckily I didn't give back too much off the top today. With GHSI, I don't think I need to show the live trading on this one because it was kind of a slow mover. What I was trying to do on it, and check out this 5-minute chart right here, how we have a trend line that is breaking. We had a big flush off of it, and I was looking for that break of the trend line for the 4th retest. So that's what I was going on here, or that's what my game plan was. So I bought onto this pullback, and I bought again here, and then I sized, and then we got a huge rejection. I ended up closing this one, and then it ended up popping. It was really, really wicky, and it was hard to trust because you just know you could be down on this ticker, you know, 10-20% really quickly. I did get some I did actually end up re-entering on this breakout, but it didn't break out as much as I wanted, so I ended up closing, and then eventually it happened, but then it flushes. So I had a hard time wanting to stick around with GHSI, but the opportunities were definitely there, and I did want to show that trend line because, believe it or not, we actually had the same exact thing on CNXA, and this is something we see a lot. So let's go to CNXA again, also trend line. Look, rejection, 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 so 3 rejections, or this is with the starting, second, third, and then the fourth is the breakout, and we actually had a beautiful pullback here and a rip higher. So this could have been a good opportunity. This is exactly when we started talking about it in the Discord again, but nobody really felt like trading it just because we were approaching midday and it was getting a little bit hairy. And in a way, we were proven right because it did flush here, but you don't know if it's going to flush here, or maybe the next one. But ultimately, all these setups aren't going to be as great as that initial front side because we had the initial front side and now we're in consolidation, but we're not on a real new leg yet. We're still consolidating. We're still range bound, which makes buying high on the range a really difficult and risky setup. I always say, buying high on the range, you don't want to do it. You want to trade the range, right? You want to buy down here and sell high at the range. You're not looking for breakouts and continuations until the ticker has proven to do so, as in we broke over, made a new high, maybe we're trending over 80 cents and continuing from there. Then you can start getting aggressive again and looking for those breakouts, but not when you're range bound. Here are the floats of the top gainers I was looking at today. And one thing I did want to mention on MINM, really good float, and also it had agreement with government. And I love these catalysts, agreement with the Army Corp. So they basically have a collab with the government. And I always love those catalysts. And that's probably why MINM is still holding near the highs today, because of those strong catalysts. Surprisingly enough, CNXA, our best gapper today, kind of had really iffy news, and I was not really interested in any of this. On face value, MINM actually looked a lot better than CNXA, and that's why I never want to put too much emphasis on the catalysts or the news or even the float. I like to see it in a certain range, but if you start overthinking the fundamentals behind why these tickers are moving, you're going to start overthinking your trading and you're going to build biases that you don't want. The only thing you really need is what the chart is telling you. Simple price action and chart patterns, that is where the money is at, especially for momentum trading. Tomorrow we start a new month. Let's get in the right mindset because the market is definitely heating up. If there's a good setup like CNXA, there's no reason not to be sizing. So that's what I want to have in the back of my mind. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and dropping that like. I'll see you tomorrow. Stay safe and make some awesome trades.